Before Amazon became a trillion-dollar empire, there was just one man. A man sitting in a tiny garage in Seattle, surrounded by dusty boxes, tangled wires, and an idea that nobody believed in. That man was Jeff Bezos. He wasn't born rich. He wasn't given a billion-dollar head start. But he had something far more powerful, a long-term vision. This is the story of how Jeff Bezos built one of the greatest companies in human history, and the 8 rules that shaped his unstoppable mindset. Direct hit rule number 1. Start small, dream huge. Every empire begins with one small step. For Bezos, that step was selling books online. Not electronics. Not everything, just books. People laughed at him.
An online bookstore?
That'll never work. But Jeff wasn't thinking about books, he was thinking about infrastructure. He wasn't building a bookstore, he was building the foundation for global commerce. His lesson: backhand index pointing right, start small. But dream so big that even your future self gets scared. Rule number 2. Obsess over customers. Bezos didn't care about competitors, he cared about customers. He built Amazon on one question: what's best for the customer? While other CEOs chase profits, Bezos chased trust. That's why Amazon offers one-day delivery, easy refunds, and reviews. He believed, if you make customers happy, everything else will follow. That obsession made Amazon not just a company, but a culture. Rule number 3, each balloon think rule number 4, in a world obsessed with quick electric cars will
Jeff
never
Bezos
work. Played the longest game
Reusable rockets
possible.
are a fantasy.
He once said,
Most
people
are not willing to
invest for 7 years.
That's what the world
and
said.
That's why I'm rich.
And Elon listened,
while
but
others
he didn't
worried
stop.
about next quarter's
He once
profit.
tweeted,
Bezos
if something is
planned for the
important
next
enough,
quarter-century.
you do it
He
even if
believed
the
the
odds
secret
are against
to
you.
success was When patience people with laughed purpose. at Tesla's first because roadster, greatness he takes kept time. building. And
When
Bezos was
SpaceX
never
was
in a
called a
hurry
money
to be average.
furnace.
He kept testing. Because the voices in your head must be louder than the voices outside. Every visionary was a target before becoming a legend. The Wright brothers, Jobs, Bezos, they were Mach 2. What made them different wasn't luck. It was their ability to keep moving through the noise. So next time someone doubts your dream, smile. Because that's the universe testing your conviction. Elon once said he uses criticism as data. He filters truth from negativity, fixes what needs fixing, and throws the rest away. That's how you turn hate into fuel. Gemstone rule number 5. Learn faster than anyone. Musk wasn't born a rocket scientist. He became one. When engineers told him, you can't understand orbital mechanics, he read textbooks until he could. He devoured 2 books a day, from physics to philosophy, from AI to economics. Knowledge was his currency. That's why he can speak with experts in every field. He doesn't just ask what, he asks why. In meetings, he drills into details until everyone is uncomfortable. Because he knows that understanding builds mastery. Imagine this: every book you read today is a conversation with the greatest minds of all time. That's how you compress decades into days. Elon didn't wait for university to teach him. He taught himself. He learned to build software, design rockets, and lead teams of geniuses by reading, listening, and asking better questions. So the 5th rule is clear. Never stop learning like your life depends on it, because it does. Moneybag rule number 6. Build what changes the world. Gentle orchestral strings swell. Visuals. Earth from space, Tesla cars gliding through glowing cities, rockets lifting off. Every company Elon Musk builds has one thing in common: it changes humanity. Tesla isn't just a car company. It's a global movement for sustainable energy. SpaceX isn't just a rocket business. It's a bridge to Mars, humanity's insurance policy against extinction. Neuralink isn't just science fiction. It's a window into the next evolution of the human mind. Musk doesn't chase money, he chases meaning. He measures success not in dollars, but in impact. Because when you build something that truly helps people, the world rewards you far beyond wealth. Think about it, we remember the Wright brothers not because they got rich, but because they gave the world flight. We remember Edison, not for his fortune, but for the light he left behind. Elon Musk's companies are designed with that same DNA to move humanity forward. So whatever you build, a business, a brand, or a dream, make sure it solves a real human problem. Because the greatest profit on earth is purpose. Brain rule number 7, fail forward. Tense cinematic drums begin. Visuals. Rocket explosions, engineers staring at screens. SpaceX failed 3 launches in a row. Millions lost. Hope fading. Cameras rolling. Critics laughing. But Elon Musk stood on the launch pad, eyes fixed on the wreckage, and said, "We'll try again." Clips of late-night meetings, tired faces, perseverance. On the 4th attempt, Falcon 1 soared into orbit. That success didn't erase failure. It proved that failure was the foundation. Most people fear failure. Musk feeds on it. Every misstep, every explosion, every loss, a data point. He believes failure isn't the opposite of success. It's the path that leads you there. So the next time something you love collapses, don't walk away. Study it. Rebuild it. Launch again. Rocket rule number 8, never stop evolving. Soft futuristic ambience. Visuals. AI labs, Tesla robots, Mars colonies. Elon Musk never stands still. The moment one dream succeeds, he begins another. From PayPal to Tesla, from Tesla to SpaceX, from rockets to AI, his curiosity never sleeps. He once said, "Some people don't like change, but you need to embrace change if the alternative is disaster." That's why Musk is dangerous to mediocrity. He's never satisfied. He keeps evolving, faster, smarter, bolder. Because the day you stop growing, you start dying. Visual montage of Tesla's Cybertruck, Mars colony concept art, Neuralink testing brain signals. The world belongs to those who evolve faster than it changes. That's the real secret of Elon Musk, not money, not luck, not talent, adaptation. Direct hit OUTRO. The blueprint of the bold. Epic orchestral rise. Visuals from every era of Musk's journey. Young Elon, Tesla, rockets, Mars. So what can we learn from Elon Musk? Dream beyond the limits of logic. Work harder than comfort allows. Risk everything before you have everything. Ignore the noise. Learn relentlessly, fail forward, and evolve endlessly. Because the future doesn't belong to the smartest. It belongs to the bold. Somewhere out there, a kid is staring at the stars right now, dreaming. Maybe that kid is you. And maybe, just maybe, the next great invention, the next great leap for humankind, will come from your mind, your hands, your courage. This is Tycoon Diaries, where every billionaire leaves a blueprint. If the story moved you, share it. If it inspired you, subscribe. Because every view, every like, every comment, fuels the next story that could change a life. The journey to greatness doesn't start tomorrow. It starts now. Music fades into silence. Logo appears. Tycoon Diaries. Dare to build the impossible. In the end, Elon Musk's story isn't just about rockets, cars, or technology. It's about one simple truth: what happens when a human being refuses to accept limits. The world doesn't reward those who just dream. It rewards those who build their dreams. Those who keep going when others stop. Every great success begins with a risk, a moment of doubt, and a decision to move forward anyway. Musk failed. He was mocked. He was nearly broke. But he kept going because he believed that the impossible is just the possible, waiting for courage. So when life gets hard, when no one believes in you, remember this: every legend was once an ordinary person who decided not to quit. Don't wait for perfect timing. Don't wait for luck. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. Because success doesn't come to those who wish for it. It comes to those who work for it every single day. That's the real billionaire mindset. That's the mindset that built Tesla, SpaceX, and the future itself. And maybe it's the mindset that will build your future too. This is Tycoon Diaries, where dreamers become doers, and the bold rewrite the future. Subscribe now. Your journey to greatness begins today. Rule number 4. Embrace failure early. Amazon's history is full of failure: the Fire Phone, Amazon destinations, and countless failed experiments. But Bezos never saw them as losses. He said, "If you're not failing, you're not innovating enough." Each mistake became a classroom. Each failure a seed for a future success. The same company that failed with phones later built Alexa and AWS worth hundreds of billions. So the rule? Backhand index pointing right, fail fast, fail forward, and keep building. Gear rule number 5. Build relentless systems. Bezos didn't want to depend on luck or emotion. He built systems that worked even when he wasn't there. Every process, every click, every delivery was optimized like a machine. Because consistency beats intensity. He said, "Good intentions don't work, mechanisms do." And that's why Amazon could scale from a garage to every home on Earth. Rocket rule number 6. Take smart risks. Jeff Bezos left a high-paying Wall Street job to sell books online. Everyone thought he was crazy, but he made a decision using what he called the regret minimization framework. He asked himself, "When I'm 80 years old, will I regret not trying this?" That one question changed his life, and possibly the world. Real success begins when the fear of regret becomes bigger than the fear of failure. Telescope rule number 7. Stay curious, always learn. Even after becoming the richest man in the world, Bezos remains a student. He reads constantly. He experiments endlessly. He asks why more than he answers how. Curiosity, he says, is the engine of progress. It's what took him from selling books to building rockets with Blue Origin. Because true billionaires aren't just rich, they're endlessly curious. Rule number 8. Never settle, keep reinventing. For Bezos, success was never a destination. It was a cycle of reinvention. He often said, "It's always day one." Day one means stay hungry, stay humble, and never act like you've made it. That mindset keeps Amazon growing and keeps Bezos evolving. Because the moment you stop reinventing yourself, you stop being relevant. From a garage dreamer to a global icon, Jeff Bezos showed the world that long-term vision beats short-term hype. So if you ever doubt yourself, remember this: start small, think big, move fast, and never stop reinventing who you are. Because in the end, that's how empires are built. Movie Camera Tycoon Diaries. Dare to think long-term. Clapperboard Thought Balloon Extended Ending. The Legacy of Vision. Before the world knew the name Bezos, he was just another dreamer. But where others saw risk, he saw a roadmap. Where others stopped, he started again. And where others doubted, he dared to build. You see, greatness doesn't come from luck. It comes from patience, from obsession, from failing forward until the world finally understands what you saw all along. So maybe you're in your own garage right now, sitting with an idea, a dream, or just a spark nobody believes in. Remember this moment, because one day the world might call you the next Jeff Bezos. But only if you take that first step today. Only if you stop scrolling and start building. Only if you believe that you too were born to create something that outlives you. If the story lit even a tiny spark inside you, don't let it die here. Hit that red heart. Drop a comment with one word: build. Because every empire begins with a single believer. Share this with someone who's still scared to start. Remind them that the world doesn't need more followers. It needs more builders. And if you're one of those builders, then welcome to the movement. This isn't just a story about Bezos. It's a story about you. Because one day, someone will tell your story here. Movie Camera #Tycoon Diaries. Dare to think long-term.